You told him to give you these snacks throughout your time running, and he ate them all.
But sometimes men get jealous that women have hobbies because they want you to only focus on them. They don't want you doing your little book club or your little garden club or running your little marathon.
That's so inconsiderate. He shouldn't be your boyfriend no more.
This is the perfect example of someone showing you that they don't like you. If they show you they don't like you, believe them, okay? We need to start learning some discernment here. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am Selena, and today we are talking about another annoying video. And the only reason it's annoying is because this guy ate all of our girls' snacks. Now let me give you some context. So there's this girl named Katie. Her handle is Katie Velios or Veillos. Hope I'm saying that right. She has a little over 1,100 followers on TikTok, and her page is a lot about fitness. She's into running marathons. She shows herself training for a marathon. She has interest in equestrianism, so you'll see some horses on her page and some horse riding. Her recent video went viral with over 2 million views because her boyfriend, let me just double check it's boyfriend, not husband. Nope, it's boyfriend. It's boyfriend. So, sorry. I'm all hyped up off of juice and this juice, but my drink of the day, I forgot. This is my V8 juice mixed berry. I watered it down a little bit, and I got it in my crusty burger cup. I got this with my own money when I was 16. I saved up, and then this is from the Disney World. No, Universal Studios. It's actually a really beautiful day outside, and I just feel like when it's so nice and sunny outside, it's a juice kind of day, you know what I mean? I also haven't been feeling that well, so it just feels good to get something else in me, to be honest. So check out this video that went viral.
I don't have any.
What the fuck?
Jeez.
Wake up!
I know.
Keep this in mind. Her caption that she wrote on the TikTok, it says, when you gave your boyfriend extra snacks to give you during your marathon, and he eats them all. The caption at the bottom, it says, thank God for aid stations, and then rolling the eyes emoji. Keep in mind that those were the captions, right? And the comments are turned off. Okay, let's break down the captions real quick, because she says thank God for aid stations, but she had already prepared snacks, gave them to her boyfriend to give to her throughout this marathon. I've never trained for a marathon. Can you imagine training for a marathon? That takes months. That takes strategic meal planning and dedication. You have to really build up the capacity for it. It just takes a lot to prepare for something like this, and the fact that she was picking out her own snacks for it, she knew her boyfriend would be there. It seems like they agreed to giving her the snacks throughout the marathon. And when I also think of snacks too, and we're not just talking, oh, can you give me my go-go squeeze 1 hour into it? Can you throw me this bag of fruit snacks? Actually, no. We don't know what kind of snacks she had, and those things add up. If she would have had those running gels, that is expensive. If she did like GU chews, if she had specific things every single hour, because if you're really, really into it and you know your body during this process, especially when you're training, you know what your body responds well to. So it's nice that they have aid stations there, but we don't know exactly what she planned for herself, and if she knows she doesn't do well with things like peanut butter crackers, or maybe she doesn't like go-go squeezes. Running is hard, okay? And so she might need this specific electrolyte, or maybe she needs sugar-free electrolyte, whatever. And then in that video, she tells her boyfriend you had one job. She is totally upset. Girl, I know you're upset.
Jeez.
Wake up!
I know.
And the fact that she posted this was a choice, and it's interesting that her comments are turned off. I will read some comments, because y'all know I love the comments. But the comments are from other people's response videos. But I will say, just my opinion, I think he's sabotaging your marathon, to be honest, and it's really giving, he's kind of enjoying that. It's kind of humiliating that he ate your snacks. And I have to wonder what those snacks were. Like, let's say she did pack a go-go squeeze for herself and you ate that? Like, really? You're not necessarily running the marathon. It did seem like when he was filming that he was running with her, but I don't think it's necessarily him running the entire marathon filming her as she runs a marathon. Because let's be honest here, when you have a marathon path, a lot of people stake out at certain places, or they may get a bike or use their car to drive to the next point where they know they can see the marathon runner again. This is just ridiculous, but let's get into some of the responses, okay? Because I know I'm not the only one who saw right through this, and girl, he's not the one for you. I'm sorry.
This is the perfect example of what I mean when I talk about sleeping with the enemy and how a man can sleep next to you every night, kiss you mwah, on your forehead, and be sabotaging you and rooting for your downfall. Because I believe they say this woman was on the 20th mile of this marathon. She needed a snack to get her through these last couple of miles, and you ate them? You'll never convince me that this was a mistake. If you knew that the only role you had to play in her running this marathon that she had been training for months was you just holding the snacks, and you couldn't even do that, you couldn't bring separate snacks for yourself, you couldn't have a big breakfast before you came out there, you couldn't have made sure that you did the one job, not even an apology. I remember posting another marathon video about a father of two who encouraged his kids to go run and hug mommy before she crossed the line. She had to literally run past her kids because they were going to slow her down and she was going to lose the race. Sometimes it is sabotage. Now, I'm not saying this is the case here because I don't know it to be true, but sometimes men get jealous that women have hobbies because they want you to only focus on them. They don't want you doing your little book club or your little garden club or running your little marathon. Sometimes they don't want you to have hobbies or a life outside of them. The fact that he unapologetically centered himself in a moment that was all about you should be a huge red flag. What is the point of having a partner if you can't count on them when you need them?
This is kind of funny to me. They keep introducing us to their terrible partners. Please stop. She muted the comments. She's staying. He wouldn't in his wildest dreams ever do that to a buddy. If he was starving, he wouldn't have dared touch the snacks if it were for a buddy. That's an interesting point that's brought up because if this was your bro or your buddy doing this, would you have done the same? This just goes to show you that you can be with someone and not necessarily like them. Same thing with a family member. You can love someone, but do you like them necessarily?
He shouldn't be your boyfriend no more. He should. But I say this because of this, right? He was not running. He wasn't a runner. His sole purpose was to make sure she was straight on nutrition. So once she reached a certain mile, he was supposed to provide her with these snacks. And again, he's not running. He's on the sidelines. 2, he's a trained runner as well, which means he knows the importance of, nutrition while you're running these long marathons. With just those two, the fact that he ate all your junk, he was preying on your downfall. Like, he low-key tried to sabotage you. High-key, actually. No, high-key. That. Like, let's keep it a being. If he was running with you as well, like he was in there and he just ate them all while he was running, that's inconsiderate. He may have needed it. Maybe he was on the verge of passing out, but that's still inconsiderate. But he wasn't even running. Bro just on the sidelines eating all of your food. All of your food. When you're over here trying to hit a PR. Like, come on, bro. That's really toxic. But that's so inconsiderate. He shouldn't be your boyfriend no more.
You can be in a relationship with someone or have some sort of ship and people will show you their actions that they do not like you. And so at some point you're going to have to learn that or pay attention to the signs. And I feel like we all go through this, just maybe at different stages, or most of us at least. You might be so blinded by something that you may not have discernment with everything. For example, when you're 16 and you have your first relationship, you may be so in love that you may not be hanging out with your friends as much or not paying attention to your studies. That may happen as you get older. If you're older and everyone in your circle has all these relationships, they're getting married, and then you find your person or what have you, and then you may not be as present in the other endeavors or in the other relationships that you do have, like your family and friends. But it's just interesting that Katie posted this because I honestly have to ask, girl, what did you expect? Like, you were clearly upset in that video saying your boyfriend has one job. I get it. I think sometimes we can laugh at some stuff, but like, really? He ate all your snacks? I would be so upset about that, especially because I know you've been working super hard for this. But also me and my food, I feel like food is so sacred, but also too, that's just really a low blow, to be honest. It's not like y'all were in a movie theater and he ate most of your snacks that you picked out from the Dollar Tree. You know what I mean? It's not like that. You've been preparing for this for months. You told him to give you these snacks throughout your time running. And he ate them all. I wonder if you guys live together too, because it's like he would have had access to these before. If he saw a go-go squeeze and he was like, hey, I kind of want to try that. You know, I don't know where I'm going with this. I feel like he could have had your snacks another time. If he were to have this audacity all the time, he could have had your snacks another day. Not promoting that, but I digress. Her response and his almost giddy, I know, tells you this isn't the first time he's disappointed her. Anytime you pull out you had one job, you know they've had many jobs and failed before. For all the people who can't figure out why the marriage rate is declining, here's why. As women, our problem is that we don't leave at the first sign of these antics. I think that's another thing too. Of course, when something goes awry, you don't necessarily want to say, hey, it's over. I feel like actions definitely speak louder than words, so, you know, this is a huge thing. I hope she remembers this. It sounds like they're still together because she has the other comments on her videos up and a video of him up. And I am not surprised by her response. I discovered all these videos as I was editing, so she had a video saying, update, I had snacks. Of course you did. That's probably from the aid station. Hello. Then she says, me while the internet rages on about my marathon snacks almost a year ago. So she says she was clearing out her drafts and that this basically became a whole thing on the internet. And now the comments are on, so let's go ahead and read them. This would be my villain origin story. She hearts that. Someone said I'd be so mad, and she defends her man and says, I mean, I think I was probably more mad when I ran up to a porta potty mid-race and it had a padlock on it, but yeah, I wasn't thrilled here either. Deflection, okay. Someone says my 13th reason, and she hearts it. I don't see the difference between your man and the dog food guy. Katie says, I mean, I also thought the dog food guy was hilarious, so. Women just hating themselves baffles me. Why are we accepting that kind of behavior? It's not funny. You running this marathon and your boyfriend eating all your snacks is not funny. That video of that girl or that wife where her husband packed the dog food with the wife's sister and then everything else was not of substance for her lunch. You know what? This is your life, so you keep defending your man in the comments, keeping him off the streets for everyone else. Was he just enjoying watching the race while eating your snacks? Katie says, haha, to be fair, he was running all around the city to catch me at different spots and offered me the snacks multiple times before he must have eaten them. Also, I had other stuff still on me. I was angry in the moment, but it really wasn't a big deal. This is supposed to be funny. Yeah, because him running all around the city to catch you is equivalent to the marathon, right? He can cut corners, and just because he offered you the snacks before, it doesn't give him the right to eat them. What if you needed them afterwards? Or you then decided you needed them the next time you saw him, but whatever, it's your training. Someone else says, I'm sorry, this is not funny, but it is, because what do you mean you don't have any?
He's eaten the snacks that she asked him to pass her at mile 22 while she's running a marathon. Like, let's just backtrack. How much do you have to hate your wife to be that incredibly selfish? There is not a distance in the world that would be far enough for me to run away from a man like that. Unfueled. I don't even need the snacks at that point. Like, the fuel is like the anger that I would have inside of me. Like, it is just so far beyond just like eating her snacks. Like, it is the selfish thing you could possibly do. It's absolute sabotage to someone who's trained for something for weeks. I could write a novel on this. I could actually write a novel on this. Like, that's how much it's like genuinely got under my skin.
We really need to start paying attention. No one's perfect. No one's able to see signs right away, especially if you're the one in the relationship. But part of me has to wonder if you were so visibly upset in that video, even had your caption saying, ugh, like he had one job, thank God there's aid stations. I have to wonder if you were looking for some validation from your TikTok audience, because now that we're giving you the validation, why are your comments off? Is it because he's upset by it? I have this feeling that Katie wanted to know if she's the asshole for this. If she's the asshole for being upset that he ate her snacks. No, you're not. You had every right to be upset that he ate your snacks.
Okay, I am really curious if anyone in the running community has seen this video of the woman who is running some marathon with her boyfriend. It's unclear whether he's running or he's spectating, but she's running it and she turns to her boyfriend and asks him for the snacks that he should be holding for her to eat during this marathon. And his reaction is to laugh at her and tell her that he has now eaten all the snacks. Just wondering if anyone has seen this, because I'm really struggling to like get the joke and understand why this was uploaded on TikTok to begin with, and like what sort of reaction we were looking for. Because I'm sitting here as someone who has ran like multiple marathons and completely understands the difference between running a marathon adequately fueled and running one absolutely not fueled, and knowing the impact of that like on your body, on your mental health, physical health, all that kind of stuff. Because where's the joke? Where's the joke that she's not going to be able to finish her marathon in the time that she wanted to finish in, that she may not even be able to finish the marathon at all, that she trusted you with her snacks, with ensuring that she was going to be able to finish this marathon feeling good. Like, I'm just struggling to understand like what the point of this video is, what this motive is. Like, that is very intentional. And that man does not like you, does not care about your health, and definitely does not care about the success of you and like the things that you do. So I'm just wondering if anyone else has seen this who is in the running community, because this is like the most obscene offense. Because if I had asked my husband to like hold my gels or be like a gel mule, never in like 1 million years do I think that he would eat them. That is like so critically insane to me. So just wondering what everyone else is thinking.
I'll always stand by this. People do not consider you, do not love, or care about you. At best, it was a lack of consideration. At worst, it was intentionally malicious. This creator says, I've always felt this way, like how do you not consider the person you love at all? Make it make sense. Yeah, he was intentionally trying to sabotage her. He hates her. If that were me, we'd be broken up before I even finished the race. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, if this were me, if I were in Katie's shoes, I would be so upset. I was also looking in her profile and I did see that it looks like this is her first marathon. I also saw another one of her videos where she posts her stats. 2,394 calories. That's the amount of calories that a man generally eats in one day. In general, in the United States. You know how in the nutrition label it says average calories, 2,000 calories per day. That's the reference point. But if she has no snacks, she is missing out on over 2,000 calories. Because she's burning that much, you do need to replenish. It's very strategic. Like when you're running a marathon, you don't always want to have high fiber foods, high protein. It's typically a lot of quick carbohydrates and moderate protein, because you don't want to be having to go to the bathroom during that time. So just seeing this, like, and this girl runs fast, 9 minutes per mile for 26.6 miles. Yeah, she needs to replenish the fuel that she's burned. And that's another thing. You're sabotaging something that your girlfriend has worked so hard for. She's trained for this, but also her health, dude. Don't you want to make sure that she has the right snacks for her? Like, I don't know what's at these aid stations. And in that video with her boyfriend, they've done Ironman training together. So this guy knows what it takes to train for a marathon and to properly fuel, in my opinion. He knows, at least for his body, what works well for him. And so if you know your girlfriend is going to run a marathon and you're supposed to give her these snacks, don't you want her properly fueled? See, that's another example for me to think, hey, this dude is sabotaging her progress. Like, why would you eat them all? I did want to say, I saw one comment under this video. It says, this makes my heart smile. I'm so happy for you. And Katie hearted that, but someone said she's way out of his league. I kind of think she's either deleting some comments, but she does have comments blocked on another video. So I just imagine there'd be way more backlash because of all of the responses trying to tell Katie, hey, your man doesn't like you. But anyways, you guys, what do y'all think about this? Do you feel like Katie's man does not like her? Do you think this was a prank? I don't think this was a prank, and I don't think it was rage bait. Do you think that he's had her snacks before? I don't know. And tell me if you run. Are you a runner? What do you pack for your snacks? Like, do you like those GU chews? I wanted to try the GU chews because apparently they're like gushers, so I want to eat those. Anyways, what do you guys think of this, and do you feel like this is that big of a deal? How would you feel if you were running a marathon and your partner was supposed to give you specific snacks you wanted throughout the race? So put yourself in Katie's shoes for real and let me know how you would feel. And what do you think should happen? Do you feel like this should be a wake-up call for her and maybe he's not the one for her? Or do you think they can work this out? I don't know. Since he's been part of that Iron Man training and they've done that together, I feel like he should know better. So it's not me. I'm not the one in their relationship. Anyways, y'all, that's it for today's video. As always, thank you so much for watching. Like, share, subscribe. If you don't, I just appreciate you being here. And I will see y'all in my next video. Bye.